Welcome to the Starborne Awakening Library. I'm Ella. Tonight's story is The Second Sunrise. As high in the mountains stood a small stone cabin with a single window facing the east. Every morning before dawn, an elderly woman climbed to a nearby hill to watch the sunrise. She had done this for more years than anyone could remember. People often wondered why. After all, the sun rose every day. What could possibly be new? One spring morning, a traveler arrived at the cabin after walking through the night. He was exhausted. His plans had fallen apart. The future he had carefully imagined no longer existed. Seeing the woman preparing to leave before dawn, he asked, "Where are you going?" "To watch the sunrise," he sighed. "I've seen thousands of sunrises. They're all the same." The woman smiled gently. "Come with me." Together they climbed the narrow path. The sky remained dark. The wind was cool. The world seemed silent. When they reached the hill, they waited. Nothing happened. Minutes passed. The traveler grew restless. "I told you. It's just another morning." The woman simply smiled. "Wait." Slowly, almost too slowly to notice, the eastern horizon began to soften. The black sky became deep blue, then violet, then gold. Clouds that moments before had seemed ordinary suddenly glowed with colors neither of them could name. The traveler stared without speaking. "It doesn't feel the same." The woman nodded. "It never is. The sun may rise every morning, but we never arrive as the same person." The traveler looked toward the horizon. Yesterday he had climbed this mountain carrying disappointment. Today he watched the same sun with quieter eyes. The sunrise had not changed. He had. They sat together as birds welcomed the morning. After a long silence, the traveler asked, "Have you come here every day because you're hoping for a different sunrise?" The woman laughed softly. "No. I come because each sunrise reminds me that life is always beginning again." She picked up a small stone from the ground. "This stone has watched thousands of mornings. So have these mountains. The miracle isn't that the sun keeps rising. The miracle is that our hearts can keep opening." The traveler remained quiet. For the first time in many months, he noticed the simple sounds around him. The breeze through the trees, the distant river, the warmth of sunlight slowly reaching his hands. Nothing extraordinary had happened, yet everything felt different. Before leaving, the woman pointed behind them. The traveler turned around. The valley they had climbed through now shimmered beneath the morning light. The paths that had seemed hidden in darkness were suddenly easy to see. She smiled. Sometimes we spend so much time waiting for life to change in front of us that we forget to notice how much light has already appeared behind us. Years later, the traveler built a small bench upon that same hill, not because he needed another sunrise, but because he wanted others to discover their own. Some arrived carrying grief, some brought uncertainty, some came simply because life had become too noisy. Each morning the sun greeted them all without judgment, without hurry, without asking where they had been the day before, only inviting them into another beginning. Perhaps life offers us more second sunrises than we realize, not because the world changes overnight, but because we do. Every conversation can become a new beginning. Every act of forgiveness, every lesson learned, every quiet decision to hope again. The greatest transformations are not always dramatic. Sometimes they begin with a single breath, a softened heart, a different way of seeing the very same horizon. Perhaps that is why dawn has always felt sacred. not because it promises a perfect day, but because it gently reminds us that no night lasts forever, and no heart is ever beyond another sunrise. Thank you for tuning in to our channel. Until next time, be gentle with your heart.